food scientist by day and a Toastmaster by night. Being 13 years in Toastmasters, he has benefited tremendously from its educational program. This evening he brings you probably one of the most useful speeches you can ever have in your Toastmasters journey. Please give a warm round of applause, Linh.
Hello, President, fellow Toastmaster, especially to guests. I have to say that I have heard you. You come here for a reason. You come here to improve your public speaking. You come here to practice English. And I think you have come to the right place. So you come to Toastmasters. Then the question is, what Toastmaster can do for you? What Toastmaster can bring to your education and to your communication and public speaking training? And that is the speech here is about. You will hear the pathway, and pathway is official Toastmaster education program. This is the engines behind the educations, the curriculums that thousands of Toastmasters around the world in every single country across probably 120, 150 countries practicing every single day, every single hours. So what it is about, what pathway is about. Here when you come to Toastmaster, you will realize that Toastmaster pathway, there are 11 paths. This is the path that you follow in order to achieve your goal in public speaking. So this is what the 11 path in the Toastmaster is, and you will be able to choose one of them to start with, and you can always do every single one of them if you have time, patience, and also inspirations. Now let's double click a little bit on each of them and see, but more importantly, what is lying behind this Toastmaster program. The Toastmaster program, each of the pathway is basically built on 5 core competencies: public speaking, interpersonal communication, strategic leadership, management, and confidence. Not all of the Toastmaster pathway will deliver all of the 5 core competencies, but each of the core competencies can be found in some of the pathway. So what you see here is a summary of what you can find in some of the pathway. For example, in the dynamic leadership, you will have number 2, number 3, number 1, 2, 3, and 5. That means if you follow that path of the dynamic leadership, it will train you in public speaking, interpersonal communications, strategic leadership, and confidence. And that is something that a strategic leader needs, not only for communication but also to lead an organization. So for the other pathway, that also follow the same formula. But that is really the high level. It's very easy to say that follow a path, you will achieve all of those. But how can you do that? That is because each of the pathways is even going down further up to level, and you can build up your skills following the levels. Just like you playing games, if you like that, or you're going from grade 1 to grade 2. For every of the level that you're going through, you learn some skill, starting from the very basic, which is level 1, up to level 5. So we're going from the fundamentals, also the style, the knowledge, you're building the skills, and you become a master in that area. So here I'm taking the example from 2 pathways: innovative planning and team collaborations. All have 5 levels. Level 1, you will see that they're very much the same. You will do an icebreaker to introduce yourself to the club. You will learn a bit more about evaluation and feedback, and you also do some research and presenting. And that, after finishing, you completing level 1. Then you can go to level 2, and that's where the differentiation start to happen. In level 2, for example, my speech here today is from level 2. It's about understanding your communication style. For some of the path, it will be about communicating, connecting with the audience. Some other part is about active listening. So you can start to see that for each of the pathway, the skill set that you're going to learn started to divert. So and going to level 3, there will be more elective projects that you can learn from and you can practice. And each of the elective projects will look into a very specific aspect of public speaking, whether or not moving on the stage, asking the right question, connecting to audience. So this is what it looks like in level 1. If you go into what we call the base camp on Toastmaster International, you're on Toastmaster account. So in level 1, the icebreaker, evaluation, feedback, research and presenting. And when you finish, you can actually have a certificate and you can print the certificate out. Either put it on your LinkedIn or show it to your boss and say that I have done something really cool. Please promote me, give me a big bonus. Put the job aside. What other skill that you can learn from level 3 onwards? This is the snapshot on my innovative planning level 3. This is the amount of elective project that you can choose. You only have to do one of them, but you have the choice to finish all of them. Like you can deliver a social speech in a social context. You can look into effective body language, which will be more about how to conduct yourself with body movements and stage and stage control. Active listening, know your sense of humor when you want to challenge yourself to deliver a humorous speech. And when for each of the assignments, you will have a complete manual. You can have it online, or you can actually print it out, something like this. And this will give you every single clause guiding you through the project, knowing what it is about and what the evaluator is looking out in order to evaluate you. And of course, this is what you can print out, the certificate of completion after you finish every single level. You have it for level 1, and you can have all the way to level 5. So this is where every Toastmaster activity will start from, the base camp. When you become a Toastmaster member, you will have the account, and when you go there, you will have access to everything, all the education system. And this is where the base camp, where you come from and where you will depart from. And the icing on the cake, what else you can do with Toastmasters? If you want to become a DTM or the Distinguished Toastmaster, which is the highest level that the Toastmaster can bestow on you, what you can do is that you finish through 2 pathways, so 10 levels. You become a club sponsor or do some speech club organizer. You be a club mentor or club coach. You serve as a club officer, in which we will talk a bit more maybe during the club business. You need to also serve as a district officers. And to be all of that, you also need to do a capstone project, a DTM project. That can be a social event, organized event for club, organized event for your company. And when you finish all of them, you become a Distinguished Toastmaster. And that is the one thing that nobody can take away from you if you achieve it. And that's it for me. Thank you very much, and I hope that you know more about Toastmaster program.